Whoa. If North Dakota State's going to join the FBS, oh, buddy, do I have a conference for you. Welcome to Bison, the Big 12. This is a Locked On Big 12, Locked On Baylor crossover.
You are Locked On Big 12, your daily podcast on the Big 12 Conference. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Oh, happy Monday, everybody. Is this Monday for you, by the way?
That's it.
Yeah, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Locked On Big 12, Locked On Baylor crossover. I'm Drake Toll from America's #1 Big 12 podcast, Locked On Big 12. Thank you for making this show your first listen every single day. That's Cameron Stewart, Locked On Baylor. Soy Drake Toll, me amo. S Cameron Stewart. Thank you. Did I already thank them for making our shows their first listen every single day?
If not, you should do it again.
Thank you for doing that. We will start with North Dakota State to the Big 12 Conference. What? These guys are crazy. That's some crazy talk. No, man. Nah, dog. Like the same North Dakota State that is 9-6, I think, if not a better record against Power 5. Baylor wishes they were that good against Power 5 opponents.
Chill.
That same North Dakota State who's been dominating Power 5 opponents. I remember when they beat Kansas State. I remember when they almost beat double-digit win Colorado. Why don't we just add them to help us win, to help our conference, to build that publicity? I think it makes a lot of sense, and I would love that. Here's why I would love that. I'll tell you that later. Then the Big 12 has big news coming. Brett Yormark said on the television he's going to change, massive changes, overhaul the Big 12 tournament. If he takes it out of Kansas City, I swear. If he moves it from Kansas City, I swear, half the fan bases in the Big 12 will go nuclear. At least that's what the comments indicate.
Ohio State will definitely do that.
They are freaking out about this. And then, Cam isn't typically, you don't talk religion on your show, your sports show that you have. Not inherently religious, but perturbed. Like we called and talked about this a bit over the weekend about this whole F the Mormon situation. So I want to get the, and I'm pretty open on the show about how, I come from a faith-based background, consider myself someone of faith. Not sure if I'll ever put this headset on again, whether it be for Fox, my employers, Fox or others. But I want to go into how the Big 12 is still silent on this at the time of recording.
Wow, he really got into that one.
And even if you're not religious, it should be clear that this is not okay. If you hit subscribe, we get to keep our jobs. Cam, North Dakota State to the Big 12. Like I don't like that the Mountain West is getting this publicity. Or I don't like that the MAC is getting publicity about North Dakota State. Doug, let's just do this because we know they're going to be good immediately.
I mean, yeah, James Madison was not the program that North Dakota State was.
Here we go now. Talk that talk.
And they hopped in right away and started winning right away. And the first year they were eligible to make the playoff, they made the playoff. And their coach goes on to be the best coach in college football this year. So,
Chris Kleiman
over at IU. Yep, exactly. That is something though that their head coach, North Dakota State, comes into the Big 12 and is a successful Big 12 coach. Like I know Kansas State fans were really
won a title, beat TCU, arguably the best Big 12 team of the last 2 decades. Beat TCU.
You think so?
Not very many Big 12 teams are playing for national championships.
I know.
The only team to win a college football playoff game, that TCU team. Dude, come on.
That takes away half of the last 2 decades, though.
Yeah, but 14 playoffs.
Last 2 decades still includes the 05 Texas Longhorns.
And Colt McCoy.
Much as I hate to.
Oh, yeah. No.
9 Texas Longhorns played for the
national 2026. It does not. 05 is not. No. 05 was
25 season, though.
This is semantics. This is just semantics. This is, TCU is one of the best.
Up there for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, Colt McCoy, that Bama game, I guess he got hurt.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Texas team might have been better, actually.
Whatever. TCU, very, very good at football. They lost to Chris Kleiman, North Dakota State head coach Chris Kleiman in the Big 12 championship game. They are primed to win at the FBS level, and the Big 12. Can I say something controversial? Oh,
please, no. Please.
No. I'm going to do it.
It's the first for you.
UCF fans, plug your ears.
Oh, no.
Right now, today, water gun to your head. UCF, fate of the world on the line. Mm-hmm. You can't have Iguodala. Mm-hmm. He's off the market. He's playing at Baylor. Would you take UCF or North Dakota State to win a football game today?
I was just going to ask you how many of the Big 12 teams North Dakota State could have beaten this year. So to me, this is not that controversial.
Dog.
On a neutral field, I'm taking North Dakota State. And that is more of a tip of the cap to the Bison than it is a knock on UCF or Oklahoma State, Baylor, Colorado this past year. Like, I think North Dakota State could have beaten any of those teams. Like, we've seen them do it to FBS teams. We've seen them do it to the Power Four. We know, I don't think this is breaking news. Like, the teams that are bottom, like let's say bottom quarter, bottom third of the Power Four conferences, most of them are not as good as like the cream of the crop in the FCS. Now we're talking like the top 5 or 6 teams in the FCS. Like, these teams in the FCS, Montana State, which won the national championship, FCS, they probably could have beaten Purdue, who was awful. They could have gave a game to Mississippi State. They might have beaten them. Like, the drop off is not that huge. It probably is controversial at the end of the day, but I don't think it's that controversial. I think on a neutral field, North Dakota State could, let's say, hang within a field goal of Baylor.
Yeah.
They would have beaten.
Yeah.
Colorado.
Cincinnati by the end of the year, they were losing Service Academy.
I know. They took a nosedive. I know. That might be
Kansas, man. Kansas State. Like, I'm sorry, dog. We had a lot of Big 12 teams.
They would beat Iowa State right now 2-0. Because I don't think Iowa State could field a team, and it would be.
Where's the 2 coming from?
It'd be a forfeit. It's the smallest. It's the lowest score you can have.
Yes.
I don't know if Iowa State could put a team out there.
I thought a forfeit was 13-0. Maybe it's high school football.
It could be right. I know in other sports it's like the lowest that you could get. And I do remember one of my teachers in high school was a DC at one of the other schools, and he was terrible at it. And he said his favorite game ever was when a team had to forfeit because it brought down their average points against because it was 2-0. He'd give up like 40 a game. By the way, you know who would love this move more than anybody on the planet?
Fans of North Dakota State? Question mark.
Kind of. My dad, Bill Stewart.
All right. Yeah.
This dude loves Fargo.
The Bill
Not the movie, not the television program. Loves the city of Fargo.
Dude, the Coen brothers, man. Margie. Joe. No, not Pesci. It's
Nope.
Oh,
you've got the SC in there.
Yeah, super weird looking dude.
Yes. It's a weird looking fella. Odd looking fella.
Yeah.
Just odd looking. That'd be Steve Buscemi.
It is.
I watched that a couple weeks ago, man. Great movie.
Dude, it genuinely, it could be my top 10 all time. I also, Coen brothers probably make up 5 of my top 10. I watched Inside Llewyn Davis probably 2 years ago for the first time. Really good movie. That's not Pop Isaacs. That's a Big 12 basketball player.
Yeah,
Oscar Isaacs. And then, I'll show you The Life of the Mind. It's John Turturro and John Goodman in.
Which is your favorite Coen Brothers Turturro movie, I think, right?
Oh, stop it. Hold on. Quick aside, and then we'll do the Big 12 news coming thing. The Big 12 what?
I know the good Bill story too, but I don't know if we're going to get to it here.
Whatever. It's our podcast.
Go ahead.
John Turturro, the movie is, I'll show you The Life of the Mind. John Turturro, come on, what am I looking for here?
I don't know, man.
Well, the aside is February 28th, they're doing a Brother Art Thou 25th anniversary get together at the Grand Ole Opry. Yep.
And you're going.
Oh, I have to, right? I have to.
Yeah.
$1,000 a pop for VIP. They're doing Alison Krauss, Billy Strings, John Turturro will be there. Tim Blake Nelson's going to sing. Everybody, Big Rock Candy Mountain, everybody from that original soundtrack that won Soundtrack of the Year at the Grammys, by the way. It won Album of the Year at the Grammys in 2001 over U2. It beat out U2. That's how crazy good the album was.
Yeah, U2 was getting annoying at that point. They had to knock him down a peg.
Correct.
Although that would have been the Beautiful Day album, right?
Yes, and I think it was a posthumous Queen album was in there too for Album of the Year, and A Brother Where Art Thou wins it, 25th anniversary at the Grand Ole Opry. I would love to go. I think I'll do everything to go. I'll play.
What is kind of ironic or coincidental about that is the greatest Coen Brothers movie of all time has no soundtrack.
Barton Fink, is that what it is?
That would be No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, great movie. Great movie. Again, top 10 for me. I get half the time. I watched Barton Fink recently. Goodman Totoro.
Good movie, man. Underrated movie.
What, Barton Fink?
Yeah.
I've been
still underrated,
about,
man.
Since I watched it, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like, in the moment, you're like, that didn't make any sense at all. But then you think about it, and it makes all of the sense.
One time, my dad texted me.
Is this the Bill story?
Fargo, and he said. He's like, apology. I was like in college. He's like, I got to apologize to you. If I had never met your mother, we would have been living in Fargo. You would have been raised in Fargo. This is an awesome place.
That's awesome.
He loves it.
That.
I got to get him to a game if this happens.
That's me in Orem, Utah. When I stepped foot in Orem, Utah. Sorry, son. Should have raised you here.
We got divorced, by the way, for a long time. So
the Big 12 has some big news coming, big changes coming. Locked on Big 12, locked on Baylor. Oh, today's show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is exactly where I'm going for the Super Bowl that was yesterday. Did you guys see that? It was awesome. I went there and I won a lot of money. Picked my cards right, played my cards right, and now the Winter Games are officially here for the Olympics. Winter Games on FanDuel. Just makes sense. Medal counts to individual events, the drama of curling, speed skating. It all gets better and bigger with FanDuel. The Winter Games are on. There's no better way to follow them with FanDuel. Play your game. FanDuel, play your game with FanDuel. Cameron Stewart, locked on Baylor. This pertains to Baylor. Tomorrow, Brett Yormark is going to release some information about the Big 12 tournament, and fans are going nuclear, thinking they're going to move it to Las Vegas, thinking they're going to move it to Dallas, American Airlines Center, thinking they're going to move it to anywhere but Kansas City. Here's what Brett Yormark had to say on the television.
We are going to be making some major announcements soon on some big-time enhancements, which, listen, I'm a first mover, and our conference is a first mover. That's how we position ourselves. And we're going to be doing some things that have never been done in the collegiate space, and I think the first announcement is going to be next Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. And then we're going to integrate some big-time musical talent, which is also going to be great. And listen, from day one, it's all been about how do we continue to celebritize our tournament? How do we make it destinational for fans? How do we give student athletes just the best type of experience possible? And I thought we did it well last year, but we're going to keep building on it. And this year's going to be incredible. And again, the fans are going to be in store for some amazing moments. There's a lot of things I can't discuss tonight, but over the course of the next couple of
tease. That's a tough tease.
It is. But over the course of the next couple of weeks, we'll start dripping it out there, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh, did you hear the word? We're going to start making it more destinational. Oh,
I think that's the first time I've ever heard that word, actually.
Celebritize. I also am.
That is a marketing man right there.
Which I like Brett Yormark, by the way. I wish, and we'll get there. I wish he would speak out about the religious hate in the conference, but whatever. When he says celebritize, all that's meant to this point in the Big 12 is fans. Please rise. Grammy Award-winning artist Nelly. Yeah. A little bit hot. Everybody, hands up. And like a half-empty halftime show at the stadium. Please
John Party, man.
John Party. And
have a party.
I could, a heartache on the dance floor.
I get a little dirt on my boots.
Close. And he's just kind of off sync a little bit, just a tad with the music on ESPN. And again, no one's in their seats. It's halftime. They're going pee. And it's like, hands up. House party.
Dirty industry plants are down there. I think house party's not him, but
I don't think the dirt on my boots one is either.
Is it?
I guess I shouldn't. I'm not the authority on that. Neither of us would know.
In high school, I was.
We only listen to good music. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
If you're like, hey, did you hear this posthumous Bob Weir song? Also, second use of posthumous today. I'm like, yeah, I did. That I get. John Party, I do not. I don't understand that catalog. Which if Brett Yormark brought out the ghost of Bob Weir, that's a different story.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, if he gets the Cranberries there, what a get.
Don't start.
I do love Nelly.
Don't start. Yeah, that just was a bad performance. So we haven't celebritized this. And he did that one thing in New York where the people of New York were subject to Iowa State, Arizona State in the Big 12 championship game.
Please. Speaking of that, please.
Yeah.
A little humble brag here. I was on Radio Row last week. San Francisco.
Here we go. He was at the Super Bowl. Congrats on that.
The weirdest thing I saw, there was a bus, like a city bus, that had a big ad on the back, and it was like, I gotta read it here. But I noticed the uniform right away, and I was like, this doesn't really make any sense. It says, "Don't miss this ride, SMU football." Because you know why? San Francisco is an ACC market, baby.
Oh, stop it.
Palo Alto is 40 minutes away. That's what Brett Yormark's talking about here.
Yeah, he's also talking
Times Square thing. Like, do you have a theory on what this announcement is, by the way?
I think they're going to move it. I think they're going to move the Big 12 tournament. I think they're going to say Vegas. And I like Vegas. I like going to the casino and giving them my money to play blackjack. I just don't think collectively Big 12 fans, I don't think West Virginia fans are like, yeah,
woo, it would be a disaster.
But also, I don't think obviously Kansas City is nice. It's not a great vacation destination to send your fan bases. We've just always kind of done that. And by the way, who are the best basketball teams in the Big 12 in the last 25 years?
They're the ones that are close to that one.
They're the ones that are close to Kansas City, man.
Kansas.
Yeah, when Kansas plays Iowa State, or when Weber was the head coach at Kansas State, they had some good teams. Remember, those were some pretty good teams.
It's some bad ones at the end. They had some really bad ones.
Bruce kind of he bottomed out. He almost beat that Baylor team that won the national championship, by the way. They all got their COVID shots. They all got their COVID shots the day prior. That's the story. Yeah, man, I think they're going to move it. I think that's what Brett Yormark's alluding to. And I don't know if I should be mad about it. But yeah, Kansas City's kind of weird to get to. It's not super convenient.
I mean, Dallas should be the place that they would do it.
Dallas makes a lot of sense,
but that's not not destinational. So that's not like he certainly is not teasing.
I don't know. You can see where Kennedy got shot, and you could. That's the thing with. Here's what's wild about Dallas is there just isn't that one thing that everybody goes to Dallas to do. Like, you're going to Dallas. What are you doing there? I don't really know, actually. There's not
it's got like a big landmark too that makes the skyline noticeable, and I don't know what it is.
Right.
I don't know what it's called. The ball thing.
Right. Yeah. The big skinny tower with the ball on the top. Whoa. I'm not sure what it is or what it does. Maybe it rotates. Someone told me it did. I don't know if I believe that. Miami, some of the best clubs in the country. Tampa, the beach. Go to Atlanta. Again, there's like this club vibe to it.
Could do it at Disney World.
Yes, that's fine. I'm in on that. No doubt. I mean, there are Broadway, New York City. There are Chicago. Go see the Bean. Like Dallas, what do you do? I don't know. Six Flags? That's not even in Dallas. Not even in Dallas. Six Flags is not even in Dallas. I think you're going to move it. It's bad. It's yeah or nay. Bad move. Bad move or good move?
To move it in general?
Move it in general. Bad move or good move?
I think bad, unless it's Dallas, and there's a small likelihood, so I'm going to go bad.
All right, bad. Yeah.
Like I don't think there's a problem with the Big 12 tournament right now.
Sure, yeah.
Do you? Like I don't like conference tournaments in general.
Have you been?
About that a lot,
have you been?
I have not been. Mm-hmm. Not been. Been to Radio Row, but not this. Sorry.
Oh, geez. And I don't think I will go in Kansas. Kansas is just weird for me to get to. So I think that's where I would win with this is if they move it to Dallas. I can get to Dallas whenever I want. You can get to Dallas whenever you want. It's very convenient and easy. Coming up, don't say F the Mormons, please. This is Locked On Big 12, Locked On Baylor. Whoa! Today's show is brought to you by Wayfair. Every style, every home. I bought a home in February. Oh, it's about a year. About a year on my remodel. And Wayfair has been so clutch, dog. Like Wayfair, I go to Wayfair and say, hey, can I please have a new bed? I bought my bed from Wayfair. It was there the next day. The new year is here, like in full swing. One-stop shop for getting back on track with your home. Wayfair has everything you need for a big refresh. Picked up new bedding, accent pillows, my bed, my dresser, my rescue dog that I rescued chewed up the dresser, so I'm going to buy another one from Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home. WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Today's show is also brought to you by, thank goodness, Indeed sponsored jobs. You got to find the right candidate for you. The right person, the right background. Indeed sponsored jobs does that. Find quality candidates that you can match with instantly. I don't want just someone who can help. I I want a game changer to be an intern for Locked On Big 12. I'm searching for an intern for Locked On Big 12. In the minute I've been talking to you, companies like yours made 27 hires on Indeed, according to Indeed data worldwide. Indeed sponsored jobs. Check all the boxes. Get $75 in sponsored job credit to help your job get premium status at Indeed.com/podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring, do it the right way with Indeed. Hey, if you listen to Locked On Big 12 or Locked On Baylor every single day, you can get your content ad-free. That's right. Listen every day ad-free. The Everydayer Club. LockedOnBig12.supercast.com or LockedOnBaylor.supercast.com. Get ad-free Locked On content and feel the exclusivity of being a member-only member of a private Big 12 chat. That's right. Exclusive access to national bonus shows as well. Big-time bonus shows, all with our Everydayer Club. That's Cameron Stewart of Locked On Baylor.
Private, but public enough that you might need to, speak in front of Congress. Trust me.
Cam, I called you this weekend. We talked a bit about this whole BYU situation. And I do want to cover the theory of, they said ref's a Mormon. I've listened to it. I'm not hearing ref's a Mormon.
I didn't.
Typically, you wouldn't yell ref's a Catholic or ref's a Jew or ref's a Mormon. And the head coach, Kevin Young, and his players were very confident in venue, too. They heard F the Mormons. And you and I talked about it. I was like, Kim, and I even asked you, I was like, can I be frank that you aren't inherently religious, don't consider yourself to be a super religious person, have that background, though, but that you still had a reaction to this, that you still thought, like, as somebody who's not necessarily actively practicing every day, like, this sucks. Like, an avenue for hate in the Big 12. It happened in the Cincinnati football game, and the conference doing nothing. This is less of, and for the Oklahoma State fans who are like, they said Big Eugene apologize. They said ref's a Mormon. Like, I'm not mad at Oklahoma State. I'm not mad at the 20-year-old kid who's yelling this because his friend next to him's yelling this. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at the governing body of the Big 12 Conference for not putting a stop to religious hate, to discrimination of any kind in this league.
Yeah, I'm actually exactly with you in that boat. And we didn't talk about this on the phone call, who to blame kind of thing. We were just like, man, this is dumb. This is bad. Don't like this. And I don't like it because I'm an American, okay? Because I'm American, damn it. And like that stinks. And it's funny.
Honor code violation. Darn it.
Yeah. Darn it. Dang it. Pete
Kid Rock
was talking about this. Pete Souza was talking about this week too. And we both kind of had the same thought of like, look, did I say some dumb stuff in college? Absolutely. And if this had happened, like if I was in the bear pit and this chant started, would I have had the morality to not do it? I don't know. If I was 20, I don't know.
Yeah, and remember, keep in mind, by the way, at that point in time, and you and I were we were friends when I was 20 and in college. Mm-hmm. I didn't know BYU. I had no context of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I was ignorant, right? So if I hear F the Mormons, I'd be like, all right, whatever. I'm just joining in. The rest of everybody else saying it, like, cool, yeah. I get to say a dirty word. Come on.
Yeah.
So like this is ignorance at its core, for sure.
And it's just it's lame, dude. It's just lame, man. It like all the way around. Like there's just no real place for it. There's no need for it. You're not as cool and as gotcha as you think you are when you're doing it. It doesn't reflect well on literally anybody. It's just lame. Is that a good word for it? It's lame. It's messed up, which is 2 words, but 1 word, it's lame.
Why is the Big 12, as of the time of recording, why has the Big 12 not responded to this?
I do find this part interesting of why doesn't the Big 12 do something, especially a Big 12 that was nearly blocked for having religious schools. What I mean by that is we remember before the implosion of the Pac-12, it looked like it was going to be the implosion of the Big 12. And there's going to be a lot of schools that were going to basically, audition for the Pac-12. And there was already rumors coming out, that the Pac-12 with, kind of their leanings were not going to accept Christian schools like Baylor and TCU. And so you'd think that, the part of the country that we're in, the fan bases that we have in this conference, we would kind of lean into that. And instead, it's like, well, it's our religions that we can't do. Obviously, BYU would never do this, but if Baylor went up there or honestly, a lot of teams in the Big 12, but Baylor's the Baptist school, and started doing F the Baptists, that's not cool. It's not cool the other way either, man. It's just, and so I don't understand why the Big 12 doesn't do that. But God forbid, you storm the field or you storm the court, right? Then you're going to get fined. It's going to happen. And, your AD will gladly pay it, but you are going to get fined for that. But not for doing this. It's totally within the realms of I don't know, the Big 12's responsibility to make this. I don't love using it's a safe place for them to play because they're not, getting assaulted or anything, but a comfortable place to play in the spirit of sportsmanship kind of way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying at that? I ask you that every time we're on. I'm like, do you know what I'm saying there? I said a lot of things.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have to go to any sort of sporting event and think, will my religion, will my race,
that's what I was,
will my, if we all said F the Nigerians, like, what? What do they do? Like, why, if I'm from Nigeria and I'm a basketball player at Baylor or BYU or Oklahoma State, why F me? What? That's where that's where I'm like, hey, if we flip this around to somebody else or any other group of people, it's a huge issue and the Big 12 immediately reacts. But with this, like that, whatever, it'll go away. Like it won't go away. There was a shooting at a church, right? A mass shooting at an LDS facility. So not only A, should you be scared to go to church or scared to go to a public place because you believe one thing in as your religion. And number two, the other side of this is you should, if you continue to foster this, it's only going to foster further violence and hate because we're saying, oh yeah, we allow that. Literally, Cam, the Big 12 just said, we allow that. You can do that.
That's what they're saying by not doing anything.
Yes.
And what's more, what just sucks more about this is how many times have we had this discussion? Just in the time that they've been in the Big 12. And BYU's had that for a long time. Their fans will tell you that. But just since they've been in the Big 12, we've had this a handful of times.
Yeah.
When they do have a conference that can step in and stop this, or at least make it, punishable. Because then once you do that, once you threaten them even with money, I know these universities are really rich and they can afford it, but once you threaten them with money, then maybe security does take a step up and those chants don't get started in the first place.
Or a penalty. Threaten them with, hey, students, if you yell this, you've got, this is a flagrant 2. If you yell this, it's a 15-yard penalty. Like, it's super simple to do that and eradicate because you would get that.
That's
officials would step in and do that if you were saying F the Baptists or F the white people.
I like the second one you did there kind of leads me to my next point of you're doing that at Oklahoma State. There are Mormons that go to Oklahoma State.
100% in Stillwater.
There are Mormons that go to Baylor, even though it's a Baptist school.
Correct.
There are Mormons
I knew multiple.
Kansas State. They're not just in this school. They're among you. They look like you and me. You know what I mean? I mean, they're all over the place. So it's just dumb. It's lame, man. I'm sorry. And this is not one of those things you become an old man about. You might be a 20-year-old chanting that. By the time you're 23, you're like, that was dumb. I'm glad we didn't get in trouble for that. You know what I mean? That kind of thing.
Where I'll leave this to, there are, if you yelled, I'm trying to think, there was a name for...
By the way, you could be later that night feeling guilty about it. You don't need to be 23.
Manson, Charles Manson. There was a name for his cult. If you yelled whatever the name of the cult was,
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, F the Manson family. Yeah, I can get behind that.
We're talking about a concentrated group doing violent crimes. Yeah,
correct. Yes. That's where if you said, "Hey,"
no, I don't want to punish them for that. Yeah.
That's where, to me, I am so pro Joe Paterno not being in any Hall of Fame. Why? Because for decades, one of his top assistants was molesting young boys, ruining people's lives. And Paterno said, he's my buddy.
He's up a good defense.
So you're for me, it's like, okay, you don't deserve anything good now, and your name should be tarnished forever because you watched a guy molest young children. We can yell F Joe Paterno. We can yell F the Manson family. Like, there are certain things I guess. So when I say like, oh, I don't think any idea should be attacked. No. There are some ideas that objectively, like, we can say, you know, in as a collective whole,
right? Hey,
don't like that thing, you know.
Which does say that there's not a hard line. I think we would admit that there is no hard line of like you can't cross. It's kind of, you know, when you see it kind of thing.
100%. That's what
we're talking about. A very broad population here.
Yep, in a clear like, oh, you're yelling that out of ignorance, not because they're doing something to you. Like, hey, F the Tutsis. I think Rwandan genocide. I think it was the Tutsis. Mm-hmm. You're like, sure, and maybe they're the bad guys, the good guys. I don't know, but yeah, pick a terrible thing in history. Be like, you know what?
Right, but
we all agree.
But if it's 2004 and Baylor's playing at Oklahoma State, F Dave Bliss.
I mean, yeah, all right. You know what?
F Dotson,
dog. F Baylor, right? Or F BYU. You can do that. It's when you take it into
that's harsh, but it's not. I don't think that's crossing a line. That's
it's when you take it into, this is my religion, my belief, and I'm not harming you. I'm not.
By the way, I mean, West Virginia fans with no means no chance at the Baylor basketball team in 2016, 2017, they didn't get fined, and I don't know that they should. I think it's stupid. I think it's kind of tasteless. But you know, I what are you going to do? This is attacking a population because of their faith in this country. That's tough for me to take.
Yeah. You know what? This was actually a way better conversation than I thought it would be. Not that I thought it would be bad, but we touched on new things that I didn't get to when I have talked about it on my show over the course of the last few days. I'm glad we did. If you're a BYU fan, member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, a Utah fan or a West Virginia fan, share this with your friends. This was good.
And this is huge for my show because tomorrow they come back to Waco. Rob Wright comes back.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, that's where it's like, I'll say F Rob Wright.
Yeah,
so classless. I do.
Bring it on.
But I don't think that is crazy. You know, I think F the Mormons is crazy. So don't do that. You know what I mean?
Doesn't display the love of Christ, but you know what? If you want to do that, I think you should. I think you should get reprimanded for a kind of a different fundamental reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, don't worry. Yeah. It's in that HBO documentary.
I don't think that'll happen either.
It's in the HBO documentary about Dave Bliss, the Baylor situation. It's a George Jones song with Tammy Wynette. God's gonna get you for that. God's gonna get you for that. But yeah, you can yell F Rob Wright, but God's gonna get you. The day will come. Your day of reckoning's there. That's Cameron Stewart at Real Cam Stewart on Twitter and all across social media. He was at the Super Bowl last week. This has been and always will be Locked On. Thank you for making our shows your first listen every single day. Crossover with Baylor and Dose Grande.